So among some of my online businesses, I have some e-commerce stores, and over the last 6 to 9 months, I've closed down 5 of them. So in this video, I want to go through why. So over the last 6 to 9 months, I have closed down 5 of my e-commerce stores. Now over the last sort of 7 years or so, I've been building e-commerce stores amongst other things. And in this video, I'm going to go through 5 points as to why I did that. Okay, so number 1 point is I wanted to focus on less things so I could achieve more. So you've probably heard of the 80-20 Pareto principle. And basically, it means that in this case, that 80% of my revenue and profits were actually coming from 20% of the stores. So really, it was just a few stores that were making the most amount of money. So it made more sense to focus my efforts on the ones that were producing the income over the ones that weren't. Okay, so number 2 reason was that my team and myself, we were just getting spread too thin. So having to concentrate on a lot more stores all at once and focus on each particular store's nuances and products and the products that we needed to expand and suppliers and everything that goes with just one store, was multiplied over, far too many really. We were just getting spread too thin, doing far too much for the size team that we were. Sure, we could have a bigger team, but also it sort of comes down to like, do you actually want to, or do I actually want to go and work on that store? Maybe I lost a little bit of interest in some of those ones that weren't making money. It's funny actually how when a store does make more money and you weren't interested in it before, but then it starts making more money, you start to have more interest in it. So that also was a bit of a factor as well. Okay, number 3 is basically they weren't as profitable as I would like to be. Some were breaking even, some were losing money, some were probably making a little bit of money. Number 4 was basically, it's kind of a reason, but it's learning and growth. So shutting these stores, to me, it can be a failure, but it can also be looked at as a learning, like a part of your journey. So it wasn't a failure because I learned what didn't work. And I've learned what did work. I've learned to not spread myself too thin. And all the different little things that have gone along with this has been a learning journey. And I continue to, and have continued to open and shut stores. And then, one might take off. So it's kind of like 2 steps forward, 1 step backwards, but learning along the way. So it has been a learning experience to actually open them and shut them because I've learned so many things along the way. And point number 5, we're now streamlining for success. So basically we've set ourselves up for better efficiency on the stores that we do have. So we've trimmed the fat and now we can double down on what's working. So now we're just investing more time and resources into our flagship stores. So that obviously can entail different things, but in our case, it's basically marketing and product range and adding more products to our stores. That's kind of like some of the best ways that we can grow our stores. And now because we are stretched less thin, it's much easier to do. So we're not doing it on 50,000 different things, on 50,000 different stores. It's just a handful of stores and makes life a lot easier. Now, I am actually a person that does like to have a bunch of different things going on at once. I'm not someone that wants just one big business. I actually do want a lot, but obviously they need to be, as you build them, like I was saying before, some you build, don't do it so well, and then you have to make that hard decision to close them. So that is just a constant thing for me anyway. But yeah, streamlining for success is what we're really working on now and doubling down on what is working. So that's the reasons why I shut 5 of my e-com stores in the last sort of 6 to 9 months. I've actually closed plenty of other ones in the past as well. And like I said, sort of just sometimes open 1, 2, 3, and then only one of them you actually keep. So if you're in the same situation, have a look at, are you spreading yourself too thin? Would it be better to concentrate your efforts on a smaller amount of things, no matter what type of business or income stream it is that you have or are working on? sometimes just making that hard decision, and it was hard decisions for me to make, because we also had to reduce the size of our team as well. So, you know, there's all kinds of things that come with it, but it can be absolutely worth it. It can clear your mind, clear out the clutter in your mind, like all the different things you have to think of, and just sort of just concentrate and focus it a lot better. So if you like the video, give it a like, a thumbs up, whatever it is, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this.